Hey guys, it's Robin here with Oracle Rising, and I do have admittedly horrible lighting at the moment, but I wanted to have another story time, and the font in this article is so tiny, and it's the only way I can see it is to shift the light here. So anyway, guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. I wrote an article a few years ago about worshiping in nature, and I wrote this after I studied Wicca and 365 days of Wicca, and it was really cool, and I thought it was interesting, and I didn't exactly time this. It was just sort of next on my list of things to read. So just take this with a grain of salt. Like I really respect whatever it is that people want to believe, and I'm not trying to persuade anybody at all, but I wrote a bit of a discovery here. So I wanted to share it with you guys, and it's called Worshipping in Nature, and I may have to squint for the duration of this video, and yeah, anyway, let's move on. So, with modern day worship firmly entrenched within the confines of cathedrals, churches, temples, and other holy houses, the majority of our population has no real insight into the origin of religion. And again, I just want to emphasize I'm saying this with all due respect. And we, as a society, we understand what we've grown up learning, okay? So, to get in touch with the real roots of religion, get yourself out of the house and in touch with nature. Nature is home to all living creatures, including humans, and nature is where our ancestors first formed the rituals and ceremonies that eventually distilled into one God religions. According to ancient religious practice, such as paganism, the entire globe is sacred and is to be considered a place of worship. And why not? Take a moment and really look around you next time you are in the great outdoors. Nature is magnificent and awe-inspiring. Pagans and Wiccans regularly practice their religious rites outdoors because the belief is that worship takes place daily in every moment, right? So you don't necessarily need a designated place to go and worship. Everything around them is a blessed gift from the divine. Gardens and mountains alike can be a place of worship. To be in tune with nature is to be in tune with the God forces. Before single God worship became commonplace, our ancient civilizations saw gods and goddesses all around them, in the sun and in the moon, the oceans and the mountains. This type of religion was not limited to one portion of the world at all. Multiple deities were worshipped by the Egyptians, Greeks, Japanese, and Romans. In fact, the list is rather long. Suffice it to say that the multiple deity religious style of the ancients encompassed our world. So, as time and worship evolved, ceremonies were removed from nature to take place indoors in huge, shining, reverent buildings. The number of gods dwindled from the many deities of different genders to the one. While pagan and Wiccan religions give equal respect to all genders, one God religions focus their attention to generally a male God figure. I can't think of a religion that focuses on a female God. Without actually sparking a huge debate on which religion is better or worse than the other, the point I'm trying to make is that civilization has morphed its worship practices into a highly ritualized indoor date and time specific event. It's not even really publicly acceptable to announce that a person follows paganism, pantheist, Wiccan, or what have you. Revealing an interest in nature-based worship earns no respect, but instead tends to invite the "what a crackpot" mindset from the general public. As a result, nature-based worship cultures tend to keep a low profile and stay silent with their faith of choice. This seems like a dichotomy of the most ironic sort to this most humble and impartial reporter. We have a modern society which looks at its very own religious beginnings with scorn and intolerance, while it chooses to hold on a high derivative of the very parent of its current belief system. That was a mouthful and a mind-boggling statement. So guys, I really want to encourage everybody at this point in time, if you're still here, do your own research, okay? That's why I'm just bringing light and love to you guys. Do any of us choose to explore the depths of the religion we follow? Where did it begin and with whom? Are we allowing ourselves the opportunity to get to know who we worship, or are we simply attending in our parents' footsteps. Not that there's anything wrong with that, okay? It's certainly none of my business, but it's called a flock for a reason. Just saying. Sure, you might be reading my words and getting all hot and bothered, righteously indignant, even angry, but all these reactions are fear-based. Maybe I'm way off topic, but may I most sincerely invite you to get yourself back to nature. And what if your faith could be empowering, all-encompassing, blessedly bright and accepting, and on your own terms, just the way our forebears and the gods intended. So this is something I kind of feel strongly about, you guys. You know, there's all kinds of different faiths there, and like I said before, I respect each and every person's right to worship the way that you choose, but maybe do a little bit of research. There's something definitely to be said about worshiping in nature and getting back in touch with, and the lighting is horrible, I know. You know, the ancients, if you watch a show like Vikings, you know, they really revere so many different deities, and it came from somewhere. And, you know, all the history classes that I took in junior high and high school, all these ancient civilizations, they all had multiple gods. So I find it really fascinating, and again, I just like have mad respect for whatever path you choose to follow, but I just wanted to highlight a little bit about nature and how amazing it is, and you know, that our earth is our temple, you know, our planet is our shrine. So guys, I'm gonna leave it there, and I really look forward to your comments and seeing you guys all back here another time. Take care.